friends. Welcome to a new live stream. Let me know if everything is working. Let me know if you can hear me well. If the sound is working, let me know. Okay, I can see you in the chat. So we will wait a little bit so people can gather. We have, oh yes, we are live. I'm sorry for that weird sound. We have an important topic to talk about. Okay, people are getting here. Welcome everyone. Let me know from where are you coming to see how much of the world we are covering today. Let me know from where you guys are coming from. How are you doing? So great. We'll be talking today about manifestation. We'll be talking about how you need to become who you want to be in order to manifest the reality you want to experience. We will go step by step through the process, what you need to do in order to shift your reality, to make those huge shifts in your life, to transform your life. Are you ready? Okay, we have more and more people here. Hello from London, hello from Florida. Oh, you just saw 1111, that's amazing. It's a powerful combination, we know that. So we'll wait a little bit so people can join us, and then we'll begin. We have a truly powerful topic to talk about, because today I made a video about the current energies. We feel that everything is a bit slower right now. We feel like we need to ground ourselves, right? From Ukraine. Beautiful. Sweden, welcome. Oh, we have Slovenia. Hey Petra. Is it working? Let me know. Somebody wrote that it's frozen, maybe the picture, but is it working? Let me know if everything is working. Okay. I've just published my latest painting. You can see it behind. The name of it is Liberation. It's a bird with the key, and on one side of the key you can hear, I would need to zoom it, but maybe I will show it to you later, is a human heart. It's a key on which there's a human heart, and on another side there's a symbol of a heart, which is like a key to unlock hearts of people. And I was meditating. I saw that bird holding that key, and I wanted to paint it, and above the bird there's a star. So this bird represents our spirit, and the whole painting represents that the key is within us. The key to unlock your heart is within yourself, to liberate yourself from the illusion of separation, to liberate yourself from all the fears, from all the or the false perception, the limited ideas of yourself. The key to unlock your true self is within you. And that's this painting. It turned out truly amazing. Hey everyone. So more and more people are joining us here. Okay, so we will begin. We will be talking, as I mentioned before, how to make the shifts in your life. How to, like, where to start. Where to start, because we've been talking about it. Right now is the best possible time to take care of your plans for the future. Take care of your vision for the future. So you can start shifting your life. As I go through the comments, many times I see people which are saying that they don't like how their lives are going. They don't like how their lives are going, and they're wondering what can they do to shift it, to change it. Maybe for some it would be to manifest more wealth, to manifest more prosperity. For others could be to become healthier. For others could be to manifest relationships, or to find people which are on the same vibrational level, right? Oh, we have Maya here. Amazing. Maya is not at home right now, but she's present in the chat. Maybe later she will join us here. We'll see. So the first thing we must do in order to become who we want to be as the future self, so we can start manifesting the wanting results, is to make a peace with your past. Make a peace with your past so it will not disturb your future. To forgive. Learn to forgive. Many times people are saying, well, I can't forgive that person. That person was so mean. But I will always say to you, well, you're doing that for yourself. When you forgive to somebody, you're doing that for yourself. It's not an act of weakness. It doesn't mean that you haven't won the battle. It just means that you're freeing yourself from the pain. You're freeing yourself from the struggle. You're freeing yourself from the chains which are connecting you with that person which you don't want to be connected with anymore. Forgiving means freeing yourself. And if you're wondering how to forgive, it doesn't mean that the person can be the one you need to forgive to. Maybe it's an experience you went through. Maybe it's a certain moment that happened and now you're attached to it because you've experienced an intense fear. You've experienced an intense anger and now you're attached to that moment. And it is defining you now. Now you are identified by all this, by that anger, like, oh, I'm not worthy of becoming a better person because I can't overcome anger, I can't overcome frustration. Many people are thinking that way because they're attached to their old self. We can't walk into the future if we're attached to the past. Sooner or later, we will let go of the future or the past. The question is, what is more important to you? Is your future more important to you than your past? Or will your past stay more important than your future? I was talking about making plans for the future, creating a vision board, creating a vision for the future so you can be inspired by it. Why it is important? Because I see so many people walking through life uninspired. Oh, we will express a lot of gratitude today. Thank you to everyone for joining us here. I see many people walking through life uninspired because they don't have that clear vision for the future. We need to have a clear vision for the future, otherwise we stay attached to our past. So we block the changes, we block the growth, we block the evolution, which is, by the way, the natural process of life. We see the nature and it's changing. You go outside and you see, oh, that tree is not the same as it was yesterday. You go closer, you hug it, and you feel, oh, there's something different today. There's something different today. What's happening? Well, nature is always changing. Every single moment. It's a unique moment for the nature. It's always a bit different. Only those who have open eyes can see the difference. In order to have open eyes, you need to be present. You can't be stuck in the past. We'll be talking today about it. And you know, so yes, my friends, we need to go with the flow, right? But we need to have a direction in which we are going. Otherwise, we'll go a bit to the left, a bit to the right, a bit to there and there and there, and soon we will lose ourselves. Where are we going? Where are we going? Do you know where are you going? Do you know where you want to be? This is truly an important topic because right now the world is shifting so fast. It feels like time is moving faster. And actually some physics or some scientists were talking that time is moving faster. So I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it feels like everything is moving faster. For people which are working on themselves, it feels like they're awakening faster than ever. They are experiencing more of these new concepts, new realizations of themselves faster than ever before. Because everything is moving faster. We see, when we look what is happening around the world right now, it feels like everything is moving so fast. So we truly need to learn to ground ourselves at the times like that and to become aware of that flow of nature and recognize what is truly important to us at this present moment. What is truly important to us at this present moment so we can focus on it. Otherwise we will be distracted by all the drama, all the action that is happening around us. So how to know what is important to you? Well, you need to ask your heart. You need to ask your heart because otherwise your mind will be saying, oh, today I want to do a bit of that, a bit of that. You've been influenced maybe from some social media, from the news, and you will find all possible things that seems important to you. But once we start meditating and we start disconnecting from the mind, that analytical, critical mind which is always calculating, always thinking, always analyzing, right? Once we disconnect from that mind, we finally recognize what is important. Still, many people are defined by their past. But there's a truly beautiful quote by Carl Gustav Jung. Look at that. There's a beautiful quote by Carl Gustav Jung who said, "I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to become." I'm not what happened to me, I'm what I choose to become. So it's time to choose, my friends. It's time to choose who you want to become, because the power is within you. Like I said before with the bird, that's the spirit. The spirit is within you. You have the key. You're holding the key. You can choose who you want to become. You may say, well, right now I'm going through some challenges. I'm going through some struggles. And it's okay. It's okay. Oh, look, I can give you an example right now. Here we have Mandy in the chat. Mandy whatnot. She said your English is so good. You have worked hard to be this good. So I want to give this example because when I was in the middle school and high school, I couldn't speak English at all. I barely made it through with English classes. I barely make it through. I thought I just can't learn languages. I can't speak English. English is just not for me, I thought back then. But then I got into sports. I was really serious about freestyle mountain biking. I was training every single day. Close to my home, I've built a playground where I could train. And I started training. I was really serious about that sport. And I started competing. And slowly I started making results at that sport, and I started competing in other countries. And I found out, well, if I want to communicate with other athletes, I need to learn to speak English. So I had purpose then. We can't learn anything until we have purpose to do so. So I had the purpose. It's a great example because when we are talking about shifting yourself, you need to make it as a life's purpose. Change yourself so you can be an example that change is possible. Choose who you want to become so you can be an example that it is possible. So many people are following everybody else. And then they say, I can change. Of course you can. You just need to step outside of that rush and find your own path. People will follow you. But firstly, you need to find your direction. So when I had the purpose for learning languages, for learning speaking English, I started listening music, English music. I didn't understand anything, but I was listening it. I love hip hop. I was listening it. I didn't understand much, but I was flowing with the beat, rhymes. It felt like a great music. So I was enjoying it, and slowly things started clicking. I still make many mistakes in my English language. But the point is that we don't stop. We don't stop. We keep going. We keep going. And we actually find out if we will not stop every single day, we will make some results. We will see some changes. Sometimes we'll make 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. Sometimes we'll make 3 steps backwards and 1 forward. And we'll say, oh, I feel stuck, nothing is changing. But on a long term, you will never stay the same person that you've been before. You're always changing. So don't let yourself stay limited just because you think you feel stuck at this moment. See a wider perspective of your life. Write down where have you been 1 year ago, or maybe 5 years ago. you will see that you've learned so much. And once we learn so much, we can't be the same anymore. Knowledge is power. The awareness of knowledge brings us greater understanding of ourselves and the life around ourselves. Once we become aware of the knowledge that we've gained, we also recognize that we feel more empowered because we know more. So the point is that we always educate ourselves about what we don't understand, because we can only be afraid of what we don't understand. Once we understand more, we are less afraid, right? The great investor Warren Buffett said, invest into what you understand. He said it for investing, but we can apply it into anything in our lives. Most people are investing their energy into all possible things. We place our focus somewhere, we start investing our vital life force to that thing. Do we understand where we are placing our attention? What we are focusing on? Do we understand where we are focusing on? What will be the byproduct or the consequences? Do we understand what is happening? Because if you read some negative news, you focus on it, maybe you don't understand it, so you read more about it, and soon you will feel emotions of that. So we need to understand that whatever we are focusing on is kind of affecting on us, and we become more aware of where we want to invest our energy. That's why it's so important to be aware of where we are investing our energy. And that's where comes the choice. You can choose what will you focus on, and that's what will you focus on will start growing. So whatever you will focus on will start growing, and that will become your new reality. That will become your new reality. So you see, we are always becoming somebody, because in the deep present moment, we are nobody. In the deep present moment, we are nowhere, nobody. If we separate the word nowhere, we get now, here, right? We separate the word nowhere and we get now, here. So deep in the present moment, we are basically nowhere and we are nobody. But as soon as we start thinking some thoughts, usually similar thoughts to our past, and we experience some emotions related to our past, we identify ourselves once again as a memory of who we are. And most people are living their lives in those memories from the past, and they stay defined by their old self. If we want to change, therefore, we need to become aware of the nothingness and nobody, and elevate yourself, expand your knowledge from that state of nothingness, and define yourself who you want to become. Define yourself who you want to become, and eventually you will become it. Synchronicities will start happening. What's that? You will start seeing messages all around you. Videos will start popping into your feed or wherever. You will start meeting people which will be talking about similar things that you're interested about. Music will start talking about things you're thinking about, and suddenly you will say, well, I feel so aligned with my reality. Everything is giving me messages. And Eventually, serendipities starts happening. More of the good things will start happening. Because manifestation never appears immediately. The universe gives you time. So we can fix a little bit your perception. Sometimes our goals are just not what we want. Sometimes we need to a little bit edit our goals. Is this truly what I want? Is this truly who I want to be? Or there's something more? So I like to ask myself, would I feel fulfilled if it would already be present? When I'm thinking about my future, when I'm making plans and goals and designing visions for the future, I always ask myself, would I be fulfilled if that would already be present? And I ask my heart, I put my hand over my heart and I ask my heart, would I be fulfilled if that would happen right now? Would my life be more harmonious if that would happen right now? Ask those questions and you will know, are you following the right goals? Because once we put so much effort and so much time into something, it would be kind of sad if we would manifest it and we would find out that we are still not happy. That's why it's so important to find happiness in this moment, by recognizing that whatever you are following, whatever you're chasing or dreaming about, is part of your heart desire. So my friends, thanks to everyone for joining us here in the chat. Give a like to the video so we can increase the reach of the message. Thanks to everyone for being a part of this community. Today we have a truly beautiful energy. And I felt like the whole day I felt like we need to connect. Yes, more walk outdoor. I love you all here in the chat. We have another Slovenian here. Navenka. Zdravo. So there's another block we all experience. What other people will think of us. Once we will step outside of that rush and we will start walking our own path, people will see that, oh, we started thinking differently, we started acting differently, we started doing different things, and maybe some old friends will say, what's wrong with you? Oh, you are now into that spirituality. Oh, there must be something wrong with you. Oh, you're now meditating. There must be something wrong with you, right? And then we are afraid, like, what people will think about you. Don't worry about it. Because nobody can truly understand you. Because they don't even understand themselves. The greatest mission in life is to understand ourselves. Once we understand ourselves, oh, we have Yasna here. Once we understand ourselves, we don't care anymore how many people don't understand us. But we will make sure that we will give everything we can so more people will understand themselves. Right? We'll make sure that we will give everything we can so more people will understand themselves. Rumi said, the great poet said, he said that I used to want to change the world. But I got clever and something like that. And now I'm working on changing myself. So never worry what people will think about you. And then people are comparing themselves with others. And a wise man once said, comparing is a thief of joy. Right? How often we find ourselves comparing with others. That person has more than we have. That person seems happier than we are. That person is in love and I'm still alone. And you know, all those things, all those ideas are coming through our minds. But we recognize that as soon as we find the joy within our lives, we are not comparing ourselves with others. Now we feel unified with others. We feel equality. We feel equal, right? So when you fall into that comparison state, ground yourself. Ground yourself. And remember that time heals everything. Take time for the healing. Take time for understanding. And then we have here a quote by Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright, right? Time heals everything. We just need to let ourselves to heal. Don't force it. Yeah, here we have a beautiful thing. We focus on what we lack, and suddenly everything is lacking in our lives, right? That's what we're talking today about, because the greatest shift we can do, as I said before, is to focus on who you want to become and what is already present in your future. Therefore, your brain will stop looking on what is missing, but rather what you already have in this moment and how to use it to create what you want to have in your future. To find the tools which can make your future possible. Tools are always present, but our limited mind usually can't see them. We all have, like I have here, a bunch of pencils. When I had nothing in my past, I used this kind of a pencil to write my dreams down, to write my vision down. And let me tell you, everything I wrote down 2 years later happened to be my reality. I wrote precisely everything down. I'm doing it now for every single thing. Just the story, we are moving. In the next month, me and Maya are moving to a new home. And when we decided to move to a new home, we said, well, we need to precisely identify how that new home will look like. What will we have in that new home? How it will be. where it will be, or at least what kind of in what kind of environment it will be. And Maya then wrote it down precisely what we want to, how it need to be, how we want to experience it. We went into such a great details, like what kind of windows it will be, how big will be the rooms, how many rooms it will be, what kind of studio we'll have there, what kind of light there will be for filming. We went into such a great details that 2 weeks later, we both felt like we need to check the site on which people are renting houses and homes. We felt guided, we need to check. And we went there onto the site and we were scrolling and suddenly there was a new house. And we felt this is it. We clicked on it and it had exactly everything we wrote down. Exactly everything we wrote down. Or at least 95% of what we wrote down was in that house. So I called the owner and the next day we went to check it out. Even before we stepped in, we already knew that this is our new home. And a few days ago we've signed the contract for our new home. So that's how things works. More we trust it, faster things will happen. More we trust that power that we all have. Some people just don't believe that. Some people will say it's a wishful thinking. And we can say whatever we want, but once we start using that imagination for creating, not just for wishing, but for creating and trusting that power of creator that is within you, things will start shifting really, 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 really fast. And they will be powerful shifts. But the thing is that once we start designing our lives, we need to connect with our brave part of ourselves. Because the thing is, in the past we made those kind of changes. But every time we have been designing our lives that way, things were a little bit out of our budget. But we always said, well, if we designed it and if it appeared, it's meant to be. So we took it. As soon as we took it, our business started growing. The universe has rewarded us. But if we would not be brave enough to do those changes, those brave steps, we would stay limited. We would stay in the comfort zone. So it's important to start making small changes, so you start trusting in yourself, that you actually can start creating your life. Right? Okay, we have some questions. If you have any questions, today I'm more talking, so I'm not seeing so much the questions. Okay, there was one. Is there a difference between trusting and allowing? So allowing for me represents as knowing that it will happen, and we're not worrying about when it will happen. And trust is similar. We could say it's the same thing. If you did everything you could, I mean, you woke up in the morning, you've been visualizing it, you're clearly and precisely sure what you want. And even when you're not meditating on it, you're taking physical actions. Not forcing, like constantly looking on the internet when things will appear, but using the tools that you have to create it, whatever it is. And if you stay joyful, if you express gratitude as it is already present, you allow things to flow. Why gratitude is so important? Because every time we are grateful, we are connected with it. We are not in lack of it anymore. If you're grateful for something, in the present moment, your body will feel like thing is already present. So you're basically tricking your body to feel like thing is already present, and that's the hack of reality. We start hacking the reality because we are thinking differently than we're supposed to think based by what is present right now. We are thinking in the future now. We are already grateful for what is coming, and that's how we allow things to flow. That's the trust. When we do everything which is in our power to the best of our abilities, there will be no place for lack or worry or fear within you. Okay. Okay, I will check some, I will go through the chat a little bit. Let me know how you guys are doing. Are you vibing with what we are talking today about? I love mint tea. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, we have, what is the right way to meditate? Well, the right way to meditate is to meditate the way that feels right for you. To feel comfortable in it. To, to do it the way that just feels right to you. And in order to find that best possible way to meditate is to practice different possible meditations and different possible poses and places, locations. Try different things. Like for me, I love to meditate laying down because that's how I can completely relax my body. I love to play some peaceful music, but for me it's really hard to find the right music, so I started designing my own, and I'm posting it on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I just add some sounds of the nature, like a meditation music. I posted a theta frequency music, and I added the sound of the water which I filmed in the forest, so I feel the energy of the music is really beautiful, and that video went viral. It already has over 1 million views because probably the energy of the sound is so beautiful and so pleasant. So we need to find, things which are resonating with us. And the more we are practicing and trying different methods and things, faster we'll find the meditation which works for us. And I would prefer to you to always do it on timer, because sometimes we're in the meditation for 5 minutes and it feels like we are 20 minutes, right? And sometimes we're doing it for 20 minutes and it feels like we are in it 3 minutes. Sometimes we lose ourselves in the state of nothingness and we become nobody, and suddenly time completely changes. Maybe in the end we'll do a meditation together. We'll see how will we go with the time. Okay, this is truly important to talk about. Global Freedom Now wrote, "I'm stuck in the perfectionism or perfection. So I end up not taking any action and then I feel guilty for not doing anything. It's a vicious cycle." Yeah, so I'm a perfectionist, my friends. I had a huge struggle with that. Even when I started painting, I had the struggle like painting was never finished. So I had that struggle. Painting is never finished. And that's how we start learning about ourselves. We start learning about where we need to say it's okay, where we need to move on. So being a perfectionist is actually a great thing. It's not a negative thing because we will always find a way to improve things. So if you feel like being a perfectionist when it comes to anything, never say or never procrastinate on that just because you can't make it perfect. Things will never be perfect, but those who will never try will never find a way. So start working on it, and through the time you will become better at it. You will improve yourself. You will improve yourself, and you will see where is that that finish line where you can say, okay, I did it. Always take action and always work on improvement. That's how you will overcome guilt for not doing it. We have a choice every single day to choose, as I said before, to choose what we want to do, who we want to become, what we want to create. If you will stay as a perfectionist before you even start, you will always say, well, I can't make it perfect. So you will never try. But if you will try today, you never know how perfect you can make it. Maybe you will completely shift the world just because you have such a high standards. Remember that it's not a bad thing. You have that sense of perfection because you are here for a special mission. And this increased sense of perfection must be present for those who are here to improve certain situations. So become on self-awareness. Work on self-awareness. And always start taking actions. Every single day, write a precise plan, baby steps. What will you start working on today? And start working on it. You will see. There will be no guilt anymore. Because every single day you will see the results. And we need to learn to appreciate things, small things. You're appreciated. Global freedom now. So, once we learn to appreciate small things, you know, we have maybe big dreams. We have those big goals. We have that great vision for the future. But then many people get lost there, like it's not present, so I can't appreciate my life yet. But you know, when we start appreciating ourselves day by day, well, today I did that. Today I have moved some small things in my life. Today I've achieved that. Today I've made that happen. Today I've talked with that person. That's the first step to make that relationship. Today I've made a web page on which I will start my online business. Today I've started my YouTube channel, whatever it is, you know, appreciate small things. When I started making videos and when I saw the first comment, I was so grateful for it. I was so grateful for it. I was writing down before I went to sleep, I'm so grateful for that viewer, whoever that was, that felt my message. You know, we start appreciating small things and bigger things will come. Oh, we started streaming almost 1 hour ago. Face Your Fears, Soul Therapy, beautiful name. So start appreciating small things, my friends, and bigger things will come. So I missed some questions. If any of you have any questions, you can write them again here. And hello to all the new people which are present in the chat. Welcome everyone. We can do collective meditation today, a short one. Let me know the topic. What are you interested the most today? Because we've been talking about manifestation, about shifting your reality, shifting yourself to create the results that you want to experience. And when it comes to meditation, there's always a question like, do you already know what is your wanting future? Some people are not sure yet, so they don't want to visualize because they're not sure yet. And okay, we have like how to deal with addiction. Depends of what it is and how deep you are with it. Usually the best way is to find somebody close to you which can help you. And when you're at home, meditate on that. So you can recognize at what point you feel attracted to the thing that you want to overcome the addiction to. When we are practicing meditation, we are actually practicing detachment from our known self. So, as we said before, we become nobody. Nobody is attached to nothing. So, we attach ourselves to nothingness, and nothingness is everything. More often, we practice that kind of a meditation where we focus on nothingness. If you're searching the best possible meditation for that, you can find Dr. Joe Dispenza. Like, he has the most powerful meditations for that kind of shifts. But addiction is really, it can be really deep emotional attachment to something. It's imprinted in your brain, and it's great to find somebody close to you which can help you, because it will be much easier. You will work on yourself, you will meditate, you will visualize. But at the times where you will be deep in your, like, disconnected from who you want to become, you will still have the support in your physical reality. Some therapist or whoever is close to you that can help you with that. Somebody before asked me how I found my purpose. Actually, I never knew what's my purpose or what's my mission. I just know that when I was little, I was really creative. I was drawing a lot as a kid. And later I found out that kids are always connected to their mission, to their life's mission. So ask yourself if there is any special thing you've been doing as a kid, that you've stopped doing that, but as a kid you've been truly passionate about it, because it can be connected with your life's purpose, life's mission. The purpose is actually something we create with our actions. Purpose is like a certain goal we want to achieve. It gives us wood to our inner fire, so we feel inspired to work on it. But our life's mission is something that we've chosen to come here to do. So, for example, if I say my mission right now is to inspire people to find their connection with themselves, my purpose will be make daily videos so they can be reminded, or create meaningful art so they can be reminded with it. The purpose can change, but mission will stay the same. If mission is help people to remember them, purpose will always change. Well, right now I will do this. I will make videos. Maybe in the future I will write books. Maybe then in the future purpose will be help them with workshops, traveling all around the world, or, purpose is something we create. But to get a deeper connection with life's mission, meditation will help you, because you will become more and more and more aware of in what kind of directions you feel more attracted to, more drawn to. As a kid, ask yourself. A great meditation can be that you close your eyes and you go back to a place where you were truly little, where you were a child. You can visualize how you're entering into a room where you were growing up. And you can ask your younger self what he or she is really passionate about. You will see how powerful it can be. Because now you're connecting with your younger self, who was not so distracted by the world yet. Yeah, we are programmed to always want more. Well, it's a choice. Once we find what is truly important to us, we will want more of love, maybe. We will want more of joy, and there's nothing wrong with it. So, more important is to know that whatever you want more of is something that will fulfill your life. So, it doesn't matter how much you have of it, you will be fulfilled. If we want more love in the world, that's perfectly fine with that. If we want more harmony, it's perfectly fine with that, right? It's not a thing that is destroying us, it's not a thing that is separating us. The problem is, like, people want always more money because they feel afraid of losing it. They feel afraid that they will not be able to survive if they will not get it. But once we truly start following our deepest passions, we'll be so passionate about it that we will always work on it. And each work will make results. And if you have a clear idea of what you want in return for your serving, it will come to you. So we are not worrying anymore how much will be paid for that, because we know that it will find us. The results will find us. So it's not a problem that we are programmed to think that we always want more. We just need to become aware of what we truly want and focus on that. You are all appreciated, my friends. Thank you all for being as a part of this Attract Passion community. And thank you for the donation. So we had a beautiful conversation today. If something was not understandable, just let me know. Okay, we have this one. Since the time I started meditating, I feel the urge to leave the town and stay at a much quieter place, close to nature. Well, usually it can happen because our soul is calling us to get to the places where we need to be. We don't know why, we don't know what will happen, but make sure to follow the voice. And it doesn't mean that you need to quit everything immediately, but start thinking about it. Start thinking where you want to be. What will you do there? Why you feel so attracted to it. Start asking questions to your soul, to your heart. Start asking questions because you will be amazed how amazing answers will come to you. So in the past, me and Maya's journey started that we've quitted our jobs, our last jobs. We quitted and went to travel. I've shared this story with you before, even in the previous live stream. And the reason we did that was because when I started working on myself and I started meditating, I've experienced that similar calling as you've experienced. Like, I need to quit my job and we need to go to travel. We need to leave our hometown, home village actually. And we need to go to travel. We need to separate ourselves from our parents, from our known environment, from our friends, and go to the places where nobody knows us. so we can know ourselves better. So we will not be defined by everything around us, everything known around us. And that's where we started saving money. And more than 1 year later, we were able to quit our jobs and we went to travel. So you see, when we get that kind of inspiration, that inner calling, if we will not ignore it, we'll start following it. So ask yourself why it is important to you, why you feel guided, and then make sure that you will make it happen. Because we went then to Spain and we've experienced such a great enlightenment of so many different we experienced so many different understandings of what we actually truly want to do in our lives. That's where we said, well, we never want to go back to a job. We want to create our own job. We want to feel as free as we feel right now as we're traveling. That's what we said back then. So when we get back home, we opened our company and we started working on, I started creating art, and we started focusing on how to make a living out of that. We took action immediately, and slowly results started happening. We went through many financial challenges back then. Many financial challenges. We opened company, we had no clients, and the mission was to sell art for living, and it was hard at the beginning, but we didn't give up. But you know, all the synchronicities were leading us to where we are right now. At my first exhibition, people were paying me for my art more than I was asking, and I was so amazed by that, because because like I always said, oh well, the universe is supporting me. Whatever I'm doing, the universe is supporting me. So you see that so many things will start changing once you will start following your inner voice. And slowly people in our life starts changing themselves as well. We recognize that Maya's family started changing their mindset. They became more interested into the spiritual concepts. They started spending more time in nature, and started eating healthier. My family slowly started changing. They are still far behind, but at least they are more aware than they were before. So people start changing once we become examples that changes can be possible for all of us. Doesn't matter from where are you coming from, what is your background, what is your story, doesn't matter. You're appreciated. Yeah, that's true, Zane. Anything you truly believe, you will perceive. We have been so manipulated. Well, the whole system, anything we see, is designed to manipulate your perception. But you don't need to stay manipulated. The purpose of manipulation is always to find your own voice, to find your own focus, to become aware that you don't need to follow what you've been told. When everybody is trying to manipulate you, the greatest state of awareness is when you recognize that actually you have your own power to manipulate yourself. You have the power to manipulate yourself to distract yourself from distraction, so you can get back your focus and place it where you want to focus on. Not where you've been taught, but where you want to focus on. That's your power. Okay, we have thoughts on anxiety. Yeah, well, it's hard to talk about that. But I can say that anxiety is coming from overthinking too often. From overthinking too often. Anxiety is coming from spending too much time in lower emotional states. This can be envy, this can be fear, judgments, comparison, sadness, separation. When we spend too much time in those emotional states, we will feel anxiety. And then wherever we will go, we will feel like a victim of environment. Everything we will see will trigger us to reaffirm why we need to feel bad. So if we want to overcome the anxiety, again, we need to become more conscious of the self, to recognize who is experiencing anxiety, who is experiencing that. Because in that state of anxiety, you are identified as anxious person. And neuroscientists would say, in that state, brains are really, really active, really stressed. In that state, I can say to you, calm down, relax. But you will say, what's wrong with you? I can't calm down. You will say that. But if I would guide you into meditation, at the end of the meditation, you would say, well, I've never felt so calm before. Because the thing is that it's not about what we say, but what we do. However we feel in the present moment, the first thing is that we need to become aware how we feel. It's amazing that you brought that question, because it's, for many people, it's so hard to understand that. We often feel like that, but we are not even aware. If you would walk through the city, you would go to random people, you would ask them if they are stressed, if they are afraid. Most people would say, no, I'm completely fine. But then you would put their brains under the scan and you could tell them, look what's happening in your head. Because we are not even aware of what is happening within our bodies. That's what's the meditation. Know thyself. On the East, in the Sanskrit, they have the word know thyself, which don't really have the exact English translation. But we could translate it as understand how you think and how you feel in the present moment, and know that you are not your thoughts and emotions. You are the awareness experiencing thoughts and emotions. If you place more attention to the awareness, you will feel less thoughts and eventually less emotions. What we experience then as an awareness is love. That's why everyone who is meditating will say, I've experienced such a great love in meditation. Because when we disconnect from the thoughts, we will stop feeling emotions. And suddenly, out of that separation, we get back to unity, and unity is love. And love is light. That's why when we feel love, most people feel white light in their minds. So that's why it's all about love. If you're new to spirituality, everybody is about love, raise your vibration, and all of that. Those are the words which can trigger us to inspire us to become more aware of the self. That you are just experiencing thoughts. Anxiety can be your old self. In the present self, you are nobody, nowhere, and you can change who you are about to become. Are you having a great time? Yeah, nobody, nowhere. That's it. Oh, I didn't know that you're the first time here. Global Freedom Now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a new um a new person or a new member, that's the word. A new member of the community Attract Passion. Welcome here. If there will be any more questions, I'm ready for you. So soon we will move into a new studio. And probably I need bigger place. This is really small place. I'm painting here and I'm filming here and I feel kinda limited in this room. So we are moving soon in the February. That was really interesting thing because we thought we will move in January. Everything was said that way with the contract and everything. But then as I made many videos about energy updates of January, January is a slow month. Not making big changes, but rather acknowledging how we feel, recharge from the previous year, 2021. And February will be the month of the changes, to start to initiate the changes. And then some things happened and we found out, well, this plan has postponed and now we are moving in February. So everything makes sense now. Okay. What's an effective way of teaching truth? The most effective way is to become the truth, embody the truth, and be an example of the truth. Be the change that you wish to see, like Mahatma Gandhi said. That's the most effective way of teaching. Because if we're just talking about something, it has no sense because those are just empty words. But once we embody something, we become it. And we see the results. Results are the loudest voice. When you say everything is love, how do we make everything about love when someone does something wrong and you want to be upset? Well, being upset is our trained reaction towards the environment. And when I said everything is love, it's not about words. We can say love, love, love all the time, but nothing will change. It's about connecting to love. Like I said before, getting back into that state of nothingness, meditating, practicing self-awareness, where we connect back with ourselves. We know ourselves better. We become more calm. We become more aware. And when we are more aware, we are not upset anymore. We are not reacting so hardly anymore. Because we are more calm, we are more grounded. So the point is that we start changing ourselves. And when somebody does something wrong, we'll find out, well, we are not upset anymore. What's wrong? We are not so upset anymore. So it's nothing wrong if you feel upset. That's how we've been trained to be. Just work on kindness. Like Dalai Lama said, my religion is kindness. Always try to be kinder than the other person. If we are competing at anything, compete at kindness. And sometimes it's a great challenge. Sometimes we automatically react, right? Sometimes we automatically say something. But as soon as we remind ourselves, let's be kind, things will change. Person will be shocked. Whoa, she was or he was not angry. And energies will slow down. We will not feed their angry energy. And because their energy will not be fed by anger, the connection will break. And suddenly that person will calm down or run away. Oh, there was something wrong with that person. She was not angry. So kindness is the solution. But being kind can be a great mission for the future, right? Practicing it every single day. How do we stop from overthinking? That's a great question. Does anybody has an answer to that? How often I'm overthinking? You know, creative people are always thinking. If you're a creative person, you're always thinking. And then more we are then if we are focusing on negative things, we'll be creatively thinking about all possible negative outcomes. And if we are focusing more on the positive things, we will be overthinking all positive things, but we are still overthinking. So to me, to calm down my monkey mind or monkey brain, I like to focus on details. When I feel like I'm thinking too much, I focus on details. Well, I see the pencil here and I start observing it. Oh, it feels great. And I see the colors and I try to find something new, something I've never seen on it before. And I focus on some other things, and maybe in the nature it's even easier. You see the trees which are moving, you see the plants which are slowly moving, and you recognize the beautiful colors, and you recognize the reflections of the light, and you recognize the roots and the forms on the leaves, and maybe you catch a bird or a butterfly and you become truly present. That's the type of meditation you can do in a awake state. For example, if you're in the office or at your job and you can't go to meditate, but you still can take at least 3 minutes and just observe the details. What new can I see? What's new here? Maybe you will notice that you are sitting at the same desk for 10 years, but you haven't seen a certain detail which is on the desk. That's what happens when we become more aware. We recognize there are things which we've never seen before. They were always there, but we've been so lost in thinking we couldn't see them. And we become more aware, and we see more details. And suddenly, we are not overthinking anymore. And do daily meditation. You will learn to control your thoughts more often. You will learn to control your mind more often. Even in daily life, you will catch yourself, oh, I'm overthinking, and you will get back to the heart. And pay attention to breathing. Usually when we're overthinking, our breathing becomes not so deep, mellow. It becomes mellow and a bit faster. So when we calm down our mind, we can focus on breathing, and we start breathing slower and deeper. It's like a frequency pattern which brain will recognize that something is changing, that body is slowly calming down, and brain will automatically go into that relaxed state. This front lobe neurocortex will relax, and slowly will stop thinking. Thoughts will calm down, and you will not be overthinking anymore. But because every one of us is a unique person, we all go through that uniquely. So it may work for somebody, and for somebody else it will work something else. And you will need to find what works for you. But I can tell you, to me, focusing on details and observing them for a few minutes, and every time you catch a thought, just get back to this moment and just observe. And you can say to yourself, relax, 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 relax. Right? Okay, we have here another question. James Best. What kind of job should we go for? I don't care about anybody else, but sometimes I'm really sensitive to energies around me, the people I mean. So usually those of us who are more sensitive to energies are here as healers. And healing can be done in all possible forms. For somebody it's making content, writing blogs or writing books. For somebody it's making videos. For somebody it's a massage. For somebody it's meditation. For somebody it's, I don't know, selling products. But when we communicate with people, with clients, we bring our unique energy to people, and healing will happen. So maybe you're a bit upset. If I'm reading your message correctly, I would sense that you are a bit upset. You don't know what to do with it, with your life or your senses of why you feel so sensible to energies. But it is because we are here to heal the energy and start asking bigger questions, like what can you do with that? Because if you've noticed that you are more sensitive to energies, it's a huge realization already. And usually when we are more sensitive to energies, we also need to spend more time alone because we feel drained much faster. Or it helps us to plug the headphones into our ears so we disconnect from all the noises in our environment. It can help us to protect our energy. But through the time you will recognize what you want to do in your life, what kind of job should you go for. You will most definitely work with people, but in a different way, in a way that it will be fulfilling you. You will experience a great harmony by doing what you will be doing. You will most definitely work with people, but those people which will be coming to you will not be toxic anymore. They will be people which are already self-aware enough to realize that they need healing. Those people are not toxic anymore. They have certain pain, they have certain wounds from the past, certain emotional attachments still, and they will come to you. That's what I would say, what kind of job to go for. But you will sense, or maybe you already feel attracted towards certain jobs or certain directions. Just follow your feelings. So when it comes to sensing the energies, and many times people say, well, I'm dealing with toxic people, how to protect my energy. I want to share with you another beautiful quote by Carl Gustav Jung. He said it so well: knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people. This is so amazing because it actually means once we recognize our shadows, we recognize our deepest pain, we recognize our fears and triggers which are triggering anger. We recognize our darkness. Those are the dark spots within us. And when we become aware of them, we can see them in everyone who is passing by. Because we see it, we know what is our body language when we are afraid. We know what's our body language when we are shy, when we are angry, when we are going through something. And we see it in everyone. Once we see it in everyone, we understand that they are going through it. So when people are mean, we now know They're not mean because they want to hurt us. They are mean because they are in pain. And that's the great realization, because we find out that people are not mean because they want to hurt you, but because they're in pain and they don't know how to deal with their pain, so they just project it onto you. So the greatest solution is to heal our wounds, and that's how we'll bring more healing energy to the world. No, I'm not studying Enoch Tan. I haven't heard about him before. Okay, we have that kind of questions are usually repeating. I was talking about it in the previous live stream. How does marijuana and alcohol affect on our ascension? Well, usually it distracts us from our deepest feelings. Usually people grab alcohol or marijuana or drugs or whatever because they feel so unpleasant emotions and they want to distract themselves from them. So marijuana is not bad. Also alcohol. I was studying the ancient Slavic tradition. Our Slavic ancestors, Slovenian, here we have roots in Slavic ancestors. And they were drinking beer for communicating with gods. So they were using beer to get drunk, because when we get drunk, the ego will shut up. The ego will shut up, and suddenly we have a pure channel with a higher consciousness. So they knew that. So they were, for them, beer was really sacred, and it goes like 10,000 years ago. For them, beer was really sacred. And they were drinking it just when they wanted to make a contact with gods. That's how they said. Now we could say with beings from other dimensions, or with the creator, or with the source. But the point is that all of those things which are present can be used for good if we're not overdoing them. So nothing is bad. Everything can help us if we use it consciously. But because not many people know how to use it consciously, we rather say, go and meditate and know yourself. So you will find out that you don't need any of that to experience inner awakening, to ascend onto a greater level of consciousness. Energies are so high right now that you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. Just work on yourself. Just meditate daily. Overcome any need for those things. Okay, another question. When doing healing work, how do you clear that energy? So we are probably talking about the wounds from the past, maybe from parents or our environment, whoever was present and was acting the way that could hurt us in the past. So doing the healing work most of the time is enough just to place the light on the dark spots. Place the light into the darkness within you, and the energy will be released. So it means that most people are avoiding their deepest, the most painful emotions. Most people are avoiding their most painful emotions. That's why they are never healed. They can use any kind of supplements. I've met people having any possible supplements, anything they can buy, but they can't heal a certain thing which is coming from their emotional state. Emotions are energy in motion. When there's too much of stuck or stored energy, this energy is not flowing in motion anymore. And slowly through the time, in body will manifest that stored energy as a certain disease. So most of the time, as soon as we become aware of that pain, let's say you start writing why you feel a pressure within your body. You start writing it down and you get deeper at what kind of area you feel that pressure. And you go deeper. What kind of emotion is connected with that pressure? How do you feel? And you say, I feel afraid. And you ask yourself from where that fear is coming from. And suddenly you will recognize, oh, when I was 6 years old, my mother said to me that I will be punished if I will do that, whatever. And suddenly we feel goosebumps. We feel the energy through our whole spine. It's because we've recognized the stored energy. As soon as we recognize the source or the core of that block, it will be released. If it's not released, go into it more often. Go into it more often. Repeat it daily. Work on yourself. That's how will you heal that energy. That's how will you release it. Made unconscious conscious. And there will be no unconscious self anymore. Make unconscious conscious. And always express gratitude for who you are, for how far you've come already. Okay, so slowly we will finish it here. We're almost in 2 hours. We're almost 2 hours in this. And we have so many beautiful people here. I'm so happy for all of you, my friends. I'm proud of all of you. Because you're showing up and you're doing the work and you're asking questions and you're getting deeper into answers. And you're following the answers. And you're working on overcoming yourself. To make more of the unconscious self conscious. So there is more conscious self and less of the unconscious. It's hard to be grateful for myself when I know I have so much to heal and work towards self-evolution. Well, we all have so much work on it. But if we will constantly jump around saying we have so much to work on it, we will just see more things to work on. And that's where we feel separated from actually working on it and appreciating the work that we are doing. So always appreciate taking your time. Because if you can't be grateful right now, you will never be able to be grateful. Nothing will be healed enough to appreciate it if you can't appreciate yourself right now. What is the finish line of healing? Where is the finish line? How much love is enough love? How much healing needs to be done to be healed enough? We can see healthy people which feel miserable. The same as we find rich people, wealthy people which feel miserable. It's because we are not appreciating who we are in this moment. If we are not appreciating who we are in this moment, we will never find enough good results to appreciate them. But if we can appreciate ourselves now, we will always find new results to appreciate. Results which are showing to you that you are doing the work. And appreciation and gratitude are the greatest way to heal yourself. So it's simple like that. So, is anyone of you interested for the short meditation, really short meditation? We could do a short meditation. If anyone is, type yes in the chat if you would like to do a short meditation. And hit the like button if you would like to meditate with us. Otherwise, we will just end it here. Okay, we have many people present. So we will do a short one. Okay? Okay. Okay. We have truly an amazing time. Okay, so so get ready, my friends. We'll just make a meditation to become present. Just to become present. Yeah. Okay. So find a comfortable position wherever you are. If you're driving a car right now, please do not do it. But if you're at home, if you have a dog or a cat close to you, they will meditate with you. They love meditations. Cats are like always meditating. Sometimes you see them, they're looking at you, but they are not actually here. They're like somewhere else. Okay, my friends, I will put the universe. I will put the universe. Welcome to the space, my friends. Okay, If you're ready now, I will play some music just to see what we got here. Just to find some music. Okay, are you ready? Find a comfortable position. It can be sitting position, or you can lay down and gently close your eyes. And for a moment, just become aware of your body in space. Become aware of your weights pushing down towards the surface of a chair or of a floor or a bed or wherever you are. And just recognize your body in this moment, in the space wherever you are, and breathe in. And hold it. And breathe out. And hold it. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Slow down your breathing. Hold it. Breathe in. Deep breath. Hold it. And now release any tension, any fear. Let it go. Now breathe in peace. And breathe out any tension and just relax. With each breath you're relaxing even more. And breathe in the power of love. Breathe in. And sense the love entering into your lungs, into your heart, into your body. And breathe out any block, any emotion which is holding you back. Let it go. And breathe in. And let go. And now find your own flow of breathing. And become aware of the space between your ears, in the center of your head. Recognize the center between your ears. You can see it as a bubble of light in the center of your head. And more you are becoming aware of it, more it is growing and expanding. You can add any color you wish to it. And now place your attention into the space behind your breastbone. And just recognize it. The inner space of your body. And become more aware of it. You can imagine a small bubble of light spinning in a clockwise direction. Give it the same color as you gave the light inside your head. And now imagine how that bubble of light in the center of your heart is slowly expanding to the space within your shoulders and upwards through the neck. And at the same time, the bubble of light in the center of your head is expanding downwards until they connect. Now your upper body is filled with that light, with the color of your choice. And this light is now moving in the center of your hands and arms. Slowly it is filling your whole inner space within your hands and arms until it reaches the fingers. And with each breath you take, this light is now moving downwards. Within your body until it gets into the center of your hips and the base of the spine. And it is now moving through the legs, knees, and calves to the sole of your feet and fingers, and slowly you've become a light body. Shining in the color of your choice. Become aware of that light, the colorful light. And become more aware of that light than you are aware of your body. And now slowly let that light expand through the skin of your body. Now with your mind's eye you could see the light shining through your body. In your mind's eye, if you would look around the room, you can see the reflection of your light on the walls or wherever you are. And you feel such a calm energy, you feel so connected, so present, so alive. and let that light expand until it fills up the whole room. So there is nothing more but the light. And just sense the light. How do you feel? You can ask that light for healing or for help to overcome any limitation or to remove any belief or concept which is not supporting your path. You can ask it for guidance to find your true path. You can ask it to show you the signs that you are on the right track. That you are divinely supported. And express gratitude for that light. Just feel an intense gratitude for that experience, which was generated by you. Created by you. And slowly now, get back to your physical body. And sense the relaxation in your muscles. On your face, in your shoulders, on your whole body. And slowly, when you will be ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. How was it? So amazing. You see how powerful you are? Have you realized how powerful you are? That you can do by yourself, get into such a powerful inner state that you start crying. Isn't it powerful? Nothing outside of you happened that you've experienced that. That's your power. Carry this energy with you, my friends. Through the day. And share it with others. So, my friends, this is it for today. I will leave you here. We will do another live soon. And on my Instagram page, I've just published my latest painting. You can go and check it out. Find my Instagram page by the name I Draw My Passion. I will write it here. And let me know what you see in it, what it represents to you. I will also make a giveaway soon on my Instagram, a free painting or a free print of my painting. So stay tuned on my Instagram page, I Draw My Passion. I will post it there, so see you there. And stay tuned for the next video soon, tomorrow. Yeah, also Etsy. On Etsy shop, print of the painting is already available. You can go and check it out. Also, the name of the Etsy shop is I Draw My Passion. And carry your light with you, my friends. So till next time, I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a truly beautiful day. And see you in the next one. One love, my friends.